Hello, and welcome back to Cell Shaded. My name is Evan Spangler, and I'm your host. And today I wanted to talk about ongoings that you should pick up this summer. The goal is to look at more recent ongoings, and I should also mention that this will be considering the current boycott that's going on with DC Comics. So, with that being said, I wanted to get into it with a real nice softball. Daredevil by Stephanie Phillips with art by Lee Garbett. This series is very interesting to me. One, because it's picking up off of, once again, Daredevil losing his law firm, but he's now become a law professor, and we get to see how that is affecting his life. Especially since Matt Murdock, not Daredevil, Matt Murdock is the target of a new serial killer who's been killing people and taking their eyes. I don't think that the identity of the serial killer Omen is really supposed to be that big of a secret, but the bigger thing we're supposed to be worried about is why can Omen block out Daredevil's senses, and why is he targeting Matt Murdock specifically? Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with it. It's only 3 issues long right now, with issue 4 coming out in July. I would recommend it if you're just looking for something you can kind of pick up and go. It's nothing too insane. And yeah, I think it'll be really good for you guys, for any reader that just wants to kind of get into something without getting huge stakes. If you want something that has a little bit more history to it and it's definitely a little bit more interesting conceptually, I'd recommend Mark Spector Moon Knight, written by Jed MacKay with art by Dev Malia Pramanik. This series is one of the best that Marvel's putting out. The biggest issue is that it is technically just a part of the newer Jed MacKay run, which means that it picks up in a really weird spot. And really, I recommend you go back and you read the previous stuff by Jed MacKay and even the Mark Cappuccio stuff from before then to really get caught up at where Mark is. However, it's really just amazing. The writing is incredible. Zodiac is such a good villain. The callbacks to older Moon Knight villains is really nice because they still modernize them. And currently, his whole deal with the Midnight Mission and his friend, I think, is really fun. And it's also like really mystical and such. So like you're not gonna get just like another street tier story. You're going to get some interesting concepts like a soul-stealing sword that thinks it's a dragon and living haunted houses, that sort of thing. Again, you're probably going to have to read the previous Jed MacKay stuff to kind of get an idea of where we're at, but it's pretty good. It's currently on issue 5. Issue 6 is going to be introducing the Midnight Suns again, the team looks pretty cool. Of course, I'm a big X-Men fan, but currently the X-Men stuff that's happening, not really it's nothing crazy outside of Inglorious X-Force by Tim Seeley and Michael Maria. This series is so much fun. It's pulling together some characters that don't really have a place in normal X-Men, like Angel, Cable, Boom Boom, Helverine, and Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. And it brings them together, and it's a really interesting story about the future, and because the whole point is that Cable is going back in time to save Kamala Khan, who's about to become the president, and he's pulled together the suspects, which does include him. And I won't spoil where things go, but it's a very interesting story, and the mystery is kind of constantly evolving. And I think the character work is very fun. It's currently on issue 5. Issue 6 will be coming out this summer, and you don't need a whole lot of background for it, outside of maybe some stuff with like Angel and Helverine. Of course, I cannot talk about Marvel without talking about the big event that's about to go on, and that's Avengers Armageddon by Chip Zdarsky and Frank Alpizar and Delio Diaz. This definitely needs some background work, mainly Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, the new Captain America series by Chip Zdarsky, and the Red Hulk series. But it's looking like it's going to be kind of a big shift for Marvel. And so I think it would be very good to read this series and get an idea of like what's going to happen. Whether this is going to be a Crisis on Infinite Earths level event, I'm not sure. I highly doubt we'll see a total reboot of Marvel, but if we do, I think that'd be very interesting considering that we've had one continuous timeline for the past 60 years. Of course, superhero comics aren't just Marvel, which is why I want to talk about two indie series that I think are really fun, really good. The first one is kind of out there, but this is honestly one of my favorite series that I have read. And that's Space Ghost by David Pepose and Jonathan Lau. The art is so amazing, and the story that it tells about family and, you know, getting over your past is very interesting, and I think it's honestly one of the better superhero things I've read in recent history. It's published by Dynamite Comics. It's on issue 12, just released like a week ago. Like it's still like fresh. Issue 13 will be coming out. I don't know if that's going to be the end. Hopefully it's not, because I think this is a really fun series. Of course, I also have to kind of ride off of the hype of Invincible. If you're looking for something from the same guy, and you're looking for just something fun that has a bunch of it's just a bunch of stupid fun, written by the guy that did Invincible, I would recommend Capes by Robert Kirkman and Mark Engelhardt. But this new series is really fun. I think the variety of characters is very interesting. This is set much before the robot arc, so you know, no one's died yet, but it's very interesting seeing how all the characters interact and see the histories that clearly exist that are still well communicated, even though we don't necessarily get to see them happening. Again, it's just a bunch of stupid fun. So with that being said, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much for listening. Again, this has been Cell Shaded. I am Evan Spangler, and keep reading comics.